My name is Damon Burke. I'm the Observatory engineer at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. I've been working at Embry-Riddle since 1998, I believe. I worked for 13 years building rocket payloads for atmospheric research, and then they moved me over to work on telescopes. I like fixing things. I like making things work. I like seeing how far we can push the technology to solve things, and I guess mostly I like impressing my boss with how much we can automate and how much can get done in an observatory like this. This building is unique because it was designed with the intent of having an observatory on top. Putting a telescope at the top of a building requires all kinds of architectural and structural changes to support the telescope. Any building vibrations, such as water moving through water pipes, elevators, students walking up and down the halls, any of those will cause vibrations which the slightest rotation of the telescope results in a completely distorted picture. So it's necessary to isolate the telescope and anything that comes in contact with the telescope from any vibrations that may occur. The students use the telescope and the cameras almost nightly. Some of them are looking for transits of exoplanets in front of suns. Some of them are looking for Doppler shifts. Some of them are measuring pulsars. There's lots of information to be learned by gathering light from the sky. I have a master's degree in engineering physics, and that covered a little bit of physics, a little bit of engineering, a little bit of optics, a little bit of electronics. A lot of the astronomy stuff I learned here. I have a boss who absolutely loves astronomy, and sometimes he's just completely dumbfounded by how little I know, but I don't do a lot of the astronomy stuff myself. My job is mainly as a maintenance person. I work on automating a lot of the computer systems, making sure procedures are followed, and putting the telescope back together when somebody breaks it. There's a lot of variety in this job. I may spend one day designing a circuit board, I'll spend the next day cleaning optics, I'll spend the next day giving tours, the next day I'll be reprogramming something on one of our computers. It's just, there's so many things to do. My job covers so many different fields that I can go for months and never do the same task twice. I like to think that there's no problem I can't solve, it just takes a little bit of research to figure it out. So I'm given something incredibly complex like a telescope and control system and optics, and it's fun to just delve into the problem and find a way to isolate what's really wrong. And that's not something that's necessarily well taught in schools. It requires having dabbled in numerous fields, and fortunately I'm not an expert in any of them. But that means as we realize the problem with this camera goes from something electrical to something software or something optical, we don't actually have to hand it through 2 or 3 different people to try and analyze the problem. I can just jump into, okay, so this is the problem. I can solve it.